Hello guys, good morning. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, the Explicit Tutorials, and my name is Tutor Joseph. Please, as you are watching this video, endeavor to subscribe, like, share, and comment. In today's video, I'll be taking us a B111, a topic called Subkingdom Protozoa. The kingdom is Protista, while the subkingdom is what? Protozoa. Now, before I go into the various categories of Subkingdom Protozoa, let us look at the general features of these organisms. Now, the word protozoa means what? First animals. They are believed to be the what? First animals, and even the simplest types of animals on earth, and they are found in watery places and moist places. Some are found in water, like some are found in marine water, some are found in fresh water, and so on and so forth. Now, what are the general features of protozoans? Now, some of the protozoans that we have on earth, some of them, they have certain organ for what? Osmoregulation. For example, now some of them have contractile vacuole. Contractile vacuole is a what? Osmoregulation. It is used to expel excess water away from the body of what? The organism. Please, contractile vacuole. And two, some have cilia, some have flagella, and some have pseudopodia. All these terms are what? For locomotion. Cilia is used by paramecium for locomotion. Flagella is used by euglena and chlamydomonas for locomotion and movement. Then pseudopodia is used by what? Amoeba for what? Locomotion. They have locomotory organs. Now, some, the respiration occurs through their body surface. All protozoans, they don't have a particular what? Respiratory organ. They don't have respiratory organ. Okay, respiration occurs through their body what? Surface. Respiration is through their body what? Through their body what? Surface. And asexual reproduction is by asexual reproduction could be in the form of what? Binary, multiple, or what? Schizogony. Schizogony. Alright. Asexual reproduction involves binary, multiple, or what? Schizogony. That is, these are types of what? Asexual reproduction. Okay. And again, sexual reproduction could be in the form of what? Gametogony. Alright, gametogony, sporogony. Okay, let me use cytogony. Alright, so these are what? A sexual mode of reproduction in certain protozoans. So as time goes on, we will look at the various organisms that undertake or that use these various means of production to bring up what? New offsprings. But we are just looking at the general features of the protozoans, okay? And some have their major waste to be what? Ammonia. Some have their major waste to be what? Ammonia. Good examples are amoeba and what? Paramecium. Alright, amoeba and paramecium, their major waste is what? Ammonia. Take note of this. The major waste of ammonia, or the major waste of amoeba or paramecium is what? Ammonia. Alright, then which one again? Some are entirely parasitic. Some are parasitic, while some are what? Free living. Take note, the sporozoans are entirely parasitic. Which of these is entirely what? Parasitic? These sporozoans, they are not free living at all. All of them are what? Parasitic. You now have the free living ones. You have some that are what? Free living. For example, now the amoeba, paramecium. Please Please, the amoeba here, I'm talking of entamoeba. I mean just amoeba proteus. Alright, amoeba proteus, paramecia, euglena, chlamydomonas are all what? Free living. They are all free living. Then some other examples of plants that are parasitic, sorry, protozoans that are parasitic. You have the plasmodium. No, plasmodium is the causative agent of what? Malaria. Plasmodium is the causative agent of what? Malaria. And you have what? Trypanosoma. Trypanosoma is the causative agent of what? Sleeping sickness. Sleeping sickness. Okay, so these are what? Protozoans. Okay, you now also have some are also free living, or some exhibit what? A symbiotic association with their host. They exhibit what? A symbiotic association with their host. Good example are the trichonympha. Trichonympha is a parasite of what? Okay, Trichonympha is found in termites. All right, actually they are not parasitic. They are not parasitic in form. What they do is they exhibit a symbiotic association with termites. They help in breaking down the wood or cellulose present in their wards, in their rectum or in their stomach. That is the function of what? Trichonympha. Okay, then the parasite of toad is called Opalina. Opalina. Opalina is what? The parasite of toad. Trichonympha is what? Is found in what? Termites. Okay, it is not parasitic. It does not. It does not exhibit parasitism with the host. It exhibit what? Symbiosis, which is what? A mutualistic what? Feeding association. Okay. Now, apart from that, we also have other things we are also going to look at. Please, the word protozoa means what? First animals. Take note of that. Protozoa means what? First animals. First animals. Okay, since I've given us a little or some of the general features that they possess, we are going to be looking at the various uh, classifications of kingdom protozoa, the various classification. Now you have okay, let me write it out again. We have kingdom, we have kingdom protista, and we have subkingdom protozoa. We have subkingdom protozoa, and we have phylum Sarcomastigophora. We have Phylum Sarcomastigophora. Now, please, this course is a 100 level course in Uniben. So those who will be admitted newly will be offering this course. It is very important. It's a 4 credit load. Now, we have Phylum Sarcomastigophora, and we have subphylum. We have Subphylum Mastigophora. You now have class Phytomastigophora. You now have another class Zoomastigophora. Alright, what I'm doing now, I just want to bring down everything, all about, or that is all the classifications. That is what you have here. You have Subphylum Mastigophora. You now have class Phyto and Zoomastigophora. You now have another subphylum. You have another subphylum Opalinata. Alright, you have another subphylum Sarcodina. Alright, you now have other phyla. Phylum is plural, while phylum is singular, while phyla is what? Plural. You have Phylum Sarcomastigophora. You now have other phyla. You now have Phylum Microspora. You have Phylum, I put this space, accommodate everything. You have Phylum Myxozoa. You have Phylum Acetospora. You have Phylum Apicomplexa. Phylum Apicomplexa, and you also have Phylum Phylum Ciliophora. You have Phylum Labyrinthomorpha. Alright, so this is the full classification of what subkingdom what Protozoa. You have the kingdom as Protista. You have the subkingdom as what Protozoa, which is actually what we are discussing now. You now have Phylum Sarcomastigophora. The Sarcomastigophora is a phylum that houses organisms that use flagella and pseudopodia for what locomotion. They possess flagella and pseudopodia for what locomotion. Then you have the Subphylum Mastigophora. The mastigophorans are organisms that use flagella for what locomotion. They use flagella. Mastigophora is just about what flagella. You have class Phytomastigophora. These are organisms that possess euglena, that possess chloroplast, chlorophyll for what photosynthesis. They are what photosynthetic. All right, they have the ability to produce what their own food. Look at this one, Zoomastigophora. Animals, okay, they do not produce their food, hence they do not have chloroplast and what chlorophyll. You have Subphylum Opalinata. Yes, Subphylum Opalinata, that is Opalina and Proto-Opalina. They are all parasites. You now have Subphylum Sarcodina. Sarcodinas are organisms, or sarcodines. Sarcodines are organisms that use pseudopodia for locomotion. We have the pseudopodia, we have the lobopoda, we have the philopoda or the azopoda, as the case may be, as we are going to be treating everything right now. You now have Phylum Microspora, Phylum Myxozoa, Phylum Acetospora. You have Phylum Apicomplexa. You have Phylum Ciliophora and Phylum Labyrinthomorpha. So these, how many phyla do we have altogether? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 phyla altogether, and we have 3 subphyla altogether. So please, this is all about what the classification of what living things. Let me give us few minutes to look at it for a bit of. So just go through it, try to grab something. The first thing you must take note of is this. You must know how to classify this or subkingdom protozoa. It is very important. Kingdom Protista, Subkingdom Protozoa, Phylum Sarcomastigophora, Subphylum Mastigophora. Class, you have the 2 classes are Phytomastigophora and Zoomastigophora. You have Subphylum Opalinata and Subphylum Sarcodina. You have phyla as Microspora, Myxozoa, Acetospora, Apicomplexa, Labyrinthomorpha, and the last one, Ciliophora. Ciliophora houses organisms that use cilia, as the name implies, cilia, like Ciliophora. This phyla houses organisms that use cilia for what? Locomotion. Good examples are the Epidinium, the Trichonida, Paramercium. All of them are what? Ciliophorans, because they use cilia for what? Locomotion. So I've given us enough time to go through this mess on the board. So let's start with this first one, Phylum Sarcomastigophora. Phylum, okay, I will not start with it because it's quite simple. Let me just explain it. I said earlier that the Phylum Sarcomastigophora is a phylum that houses organisms that use both flagella and pseudopodia for what? Locomotion. All right, it houses organisms that use flagella and pseudopodia for what? Locomotion. organisms that use flagella and pseudopodia for what? Locomotion. That is all about it. Then the Mastigophora. Okay, I think I'll write this out. That is Subphylum Mastigophora. Okay, I'll erase this one so I'll have enough space. Mastigo. Subphylum Mastigophora. Now, this Subphylum Mastigophora, the organisms that use what? Flagella. They use flagella for what? Locomotion. They use flagella for locomotion. Good examples are Euglena viridis. Please take note of what I'm about to say. Euglena viridis is a mastigophoran that uses two unequal flagella for locomotion. You can see that the flagella possessed by the Euglena are what? Unequal, alright? They are unequal. Another example is what? The Chlamydomonas rivalis. The Chlamydomonas rivalis has two equal flagella. You can see that. Two equal what? Flagella. The flagella possessed by Chlamydomonas are equal, but the ones possessed by Euglena are what? Unequal. Take note of that. Another example of organisms that possess flagella for locomotion is the trypanosoma. And I told you it's a causative agent of what? Sleeping sickness called trypanosomiasis. Okay, you now also have the trichonympha. I told that trichonympha is found in what? It's found in termites. It helps in breaking down wood molecules in the stomach of what? The organisms, or it helps in breaking down cellulose present in the stomach of what? The organism, which is what? Termites. So that is all about what? The Mastigophora. They are just organisms that possess flagella for what? Locomotion. Please take note of that. Then the next one is the Phytomastigophora and the Zoomastigophora. Phytomastigophora and what? Zoomastigophora. Now, the Phytomastigophora, as the name implies, phyto, all right, like phyto. Yeah, just like it's just like saying algae, right? They are green algae, or they are photosynthetic microscopic organisms. I believe we know that these organisms are microscopic, all right? Most of them are microscopic organisms, which means they are under the magnificence of what? The electron of the microscope. Okay? And a few of them are seen with what? Unaided what? Eye. Take note of that. We have treated Sarcomastigophora. We have treated Phylum Mastigophora. I said Euglena possesses two unequal flagella for locomotion. Chlamydomonas possesses what? Two equal flagella for locomotion. Flagella is primarily for what? Locomotion. Then under Subphylum Mastigophora, you have class Phytomastigophora. The Phytomastigophorans are organisms that possess that is class Phytomastigophora. Right? These organisms, they possess Euglena. Right? Since we're talking of Phytomastigophora now, they possess Euglena for locomotion. Definitely phyto. They have what? Chloroplasts. They have chromoblasts. And they have what? Chlorophyll. Alright. Photosynthesis in algae occurs in the chromoblast. Okay, chromoblast. Then the chlorophyll, which is a pigment, is found in the chloroplast and what? It's found in the chromoblast and what? Chloroplast. Which means that these organisms, they are what? Holophytic organisms. Yes, some protozoans are what? Holophytic in nature. That is, they are able to produce their own food, while some are what? Heterotrophic. All right. If I don't say holophytic, I can say they are photosynthetic or what? Autotrophic. Now some are what? Heterotrophic. That is, they cannot produce their own food. Okay. Now the good examples of organisms that can produce their own food are what? The Phytomastigophorans, because they possess chloroplast, chromoblast, and what? Chlorophyll. Take note of that. Good examples of organisms that possess, that are into this class are, you can say VC pensi. VC pensi. V stands for Volvox. You know, Volvox is what? A colonial organism. Then C stands for Serrantium. Okay, P stands for Paranema. E stands for Euglena. N stands for Noctiluca. And C stands for Chilomonas. Chilomonas. So this is the acronym, all right? VC-PEN-C. Now V stands for Volvox. C stands for what? Serratium. P stands for Paranema. E stands for Euglena. N stands for Noctiluca, and the other C stands for what? Chilomonas. These organisms are all what? Phytomastigophorans, because they are able to what? Produce their food. Take note of that. The next one is the Zoomastigophorans, or the Zoomastigophora. The Zoomastigophorans are not capable of producing their own food because they lack what? Chlorophyll for photosynthesis, or they are what? Non-autotrophic. Therefore they are what? Heterotrophic, because they cannot produce their own food. Yes, the similarity they have with the Phytomastigophorans is that they possess what? Flagella for locomotion. Okay, that is what they have in common. They possess what? Flagella for locomotion. These ones are autotrophic. These ones are what? Heterotrophic. These ones, they possess chloroplast. They do not possess chloroplast. Chlorophyll is present. Chlorophyll is absent. Chromoblast is present. Chromoblast is what? Absent. Like that. Dichotomously in a tabular form. You can just bring it out for a better what? Understanding. Now, what I said they are heterotrophic because they don't possess chloroplast, chlorophyll, and what? Chromoblast. What are examples of what? Zoomastigophorans. Examples now. L-cube-G. Okay. Yes, is it L cube now? Yes. Okay. T cube. T cube. We have Trichomonas. We have Tricho. Okay. We have Trichonympha. All right. We have Trypanosoma. And we have the Leishmania. All right, Leishmania, Trypanosoma, Trichonympha, and Trichomonas are all what? Zoomastigophorans. They are organisms that cannot produce their own food. Please, these organisms are Zoomastigophorans, while the previous ones I mentioned are the Phytomastigophorans, as you all know. The next one is Subphylum Opalinata. The next one is what? Subphylum Opalinata. Yes, Opalinata is what? A subphylum where the organism is what? Parasitic. All right, Opalinata. Subphylum Opalinata. All right, the organism here is what? Okay, the organisms are Opalina and Protoopalina. All right, they are under the subphylum Opalinata. I think that Opalina is found in toad. All right, it is found in toad. Take note of that. You now have subphylum Sarcodina. This one is very, very long. I think I will need enough space. Excuse me. I will have enough space for this. I'm going to be needing enough space for this. Now, Subphylum Sarcodina. Just follow it bit by bit. Now, the Subphylum Sarcodina, like I said earlier, they are organisms that possess what? Pseudopodia for what? Locomotion. Now, examples of organisms that possess pseudopodia for locomotion are Amoeba and Acela. Amoeba and Acela are what? Free living. They are what? Free living. They are not capable of causing diseases to what? Organisms. Now, they are free living and what? They use what? Pseudopodia for what? Locomotion. Then another example is what? Actinospharium. Actinospharium uses azopoda or philopodia for locomotion, alright? Actinospharium uses what? Azopoda or what? Philopodia for locomotion, while Amoeba, Proteus, and Acela use what? Pseudopodia for locomotion. Please take note of that. Okay? We now also have what? The lobopoda. The pseudopodia is found surrounding the lobopoda, alright? Pseudopodia is found surrounding the lobopodia. Okay, now, some organisms under Subphylum Sarcodina are what? Parasitic. Alright, they have the ability to cause several abnormalities or diseases in animals. A good example is what? The entamoeba. Alright, entamoeba is a parasitic form of what? Subphylum Sarcodina. They are parasitic. You have three species of we have Entamoeba histolytica, and these one are actually causes what? Amoebic dysentery is caused by what? Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica. You also have Entamoeba gingivalis. Entamoeba gingivalis. It is found in the mouth of humans. In the mouth of humans, which means you can see that it is found in what? Saliva, and it is associated with what? Kissing. You are kissing. As you are kissing and kissing, you are taking in Entamoeba what? Gingivalis, because they are found in the mouth. Somehow, even Entamoeba histolytica is also found in the saliva. You now also have the third one, which is Entamoeba coli. Entamoeba coli is found in the colon of what? The large intestine. It is found in the colon of what? The large intestine. Okay, Entamoeba histolytica is also found in the intestinal tract of animals, alright? That's why they are able to cause what? Amoebic dysentery. Amoebic dysentery is caused by Entamoeba histolytica, and it is what? Is sarcodine. All of these are sarcodines, but these ones are free living, while these ones are what? Parasitic. Entamoeba histolytica is found in the intestinal tract. It's also found in saliva. It causes what? Amoebic dysentery. Entamoeba gingivalis is found in the mouth of human, that is oral cavity. It's associated with what? Kissing. As you are kissing, you are taking a lot of what? Entamoeba histolytica. We now have Entamoeba coli, which is found in the colon of the large intestine. So please take note, that is all about what? The Sarcodina. No, that is not all about Subphylum Sarcodina. Now, a representative member of Sarcodina, a representative member of Subphylum Sarcodina is what? The amoeba. amoeba. It's what? The amoeba protus. Small letter has to be used. Amoeba protus is what? The representative member of Subphylum Sarcodina. Now, what are the features of amoeba now? It locomotes using what? Pseudopodia, as earlier mentioned. The major excretory waste is what? Ammonia. The major excretory waste of the sarcodines is what? Ammonia. And again, the respiration is through body surface via diffusion. Alright? Respiration is through what? The body surface using what? Diffusion. Respiration occurs on the body surface or the body what? Surface. Okay? Now and again, another feature of amoeba proteus is that excretion is through what? Contractile what? Vacuole. Alright? Contractile vacuole is used by sarcodines to expel excess water away from what? Their body. Hence, you say they are what? Osmoregulators. They regulate the amount of water that enters and leaves the body of what? The organism. Osmoregulator. It is used for what? Osmoregulation. And excretion is, okay, yes, that's excretion. Excretion is through what? Contractile vacuole. And digestion of food occurs in the food vacuole. Digestion of food occurs in the food vacuole. Okay, and again, sexual reproduction is through binary fission. Now, during favorable condition, sexual reproduction occurs as what? Binary fission. But during unfavorable weather condition, there's what? Multiple fission. Multiple fission in which the nucleus or the cells splits into various parts, but by two parts. Please take note, all these organisms, they exist as organelles. They exist as what? Organelles. They do not have tissues, they do not have organs, and they do not have what? Systems. They are under what? Organelles, and all of them are what? Unicellular. That is, they have just one cell. So which means they occur as in the cellular level, or what? They exist as what? Organelles. That is for that. Pseudopodia for locomotion, amoeba major wastes. Then you have body surface for respiration via diffusion. Excretion is done using what? The contractile vacuole. The food digested in the food vacuole. Binary fission occur as what? Binary or multiple fission is a means of what? Is sexual reproduction. It does not undergo sexual reproduction. Take note, it does not undergo sexual reproduction. Then nutrition. Now, amoeba feeds on smaller organisms like diatoms, planaria, by using what? By engulfing them. Okay, it undergoes what? A type of phagocytic feeding called what? Engulfing. It engulfs them. So that is how it feeds. So that is all about what? Amoeba proteus, which is a major member of what? The subphylum Sarcodina. Okay, take note of that. Take note of that. So we are through with this part. I believe everything went well. Okay, please, again, that's good. Notes. The sarcodines are the simplest protozoan. Alright, the sarcodines are what? The simplest what? Protozoans. Sarcodines are the simplest what? Protozoans. The sarcodines are the simplest what? Protozoans. Take note of that. They are the simplest. Which of the following is entirely what? Is entirely parasitic? I told you the sporous ones are entirely what? Parasitic. Which of these are known to be the simplest protozoans? They are what? The sarcodines. Okay, take note of that. Then the next one I'm going to be taking is Subphylum Acetospora. Okay, Phylum Acetospora. So which means I've taken the three subphyla, which are Subphylum Mastigophora, Subphylum Opalinata, and Subphylum Sarcodina. I've taken the three phyla. So the next one we are discussing now is the various what? Phyla, not sub now, phyla. Okay, the ministry is moving, is progressing. Now I said we have Phylum Labyrinthomorpha. All right, the Subphylum Labyrinthomorpha is okay. I think okay, good. I'm going to explain something again under the Phytomastigophora. Phytomastigophora. I'm going to explain it definitely because I did not explain uh, everything about Euglena. Euglena is the representative member of what? The Phytomastigophorans. I'm going to explain it again. But let's finish this one. Now, Phylum Labyrinthomorpha is a small class, all right? It's a small genera in what? Subkingdom what? Protozoa. And it is made up of what? Spindle shaped or what? Spherical shaped what? Structure. Take note of that. And these organisms are responsible for the death of eelgrasses in the Atlantic coast. All right, they are responsible for the death of what? Eelgrasses in the Atlantic coast. I know that ducks feed on what? Eelgrasses. Because of the death of these eelgrasses, ducks undergo what? Starvation. They are what? Starved. Please, Labyrinthomorpha is a cause of that, which means the only species in this phylum Labyrinthomorpha is what? La la Labyrinthomorpha. All right, or labyrinth, as the case may be, labyrinth species. All right, so please, that is all. It's responsible for the death of eelgrasses in the Atlantic Ocean and in the Atlantic coast. Okay, I said coast, sorry, coast. And it makes duck to what? Starve, because the grasses they feed on have been what? Destroyed by these organisms. Okay, we now have a Subphylum Microspora. Okay, no, not Subphylum, sorry, Phylum Microspora. Now, Phylum Microspora is entirely what? Parasitic. They are all what? Parasitic. They are the parasites of invertebrates, e.g. arthropods. They are the parasites of invertebrates such as what? Arthropods. You know arthropods, which are insects, they do not have what? Backbones. Insects, spiders, crustaceans, they are under what? Phylum Arthropoda, okay? And these arthropods, their parasites are the microspora. They are the microspora, okay? They're also parasites of what? Lower vertebrates. They're also parasites of what? Lower vertebrates. It therefore means that the microsporans are parasites of invertebrates, arthropods, and lower what? Invertebrates and lower vertebrates. Examples of microsporans are Loma, Nosema, Microphylum, and Listophora. All right, Luma, Nosema, Microphylum, and Listophora are all microsporans. Take note of that. They are all what? Microsporans, and they are all parasitic in form. Take note of that. Then the next one is Phylum. Let me take Phylum Acetospora. Phylum Acetospora. Phylum Acetospora. Yeah. All right. These are Phylum Acetosporas. They are the parasites of tubularians, annelids, mollusk, and crustacean. All right, they are the parasites of tubularians, which are the dugaceous, that is planaria, annelids, earthworms, mollusks, which are what? The snails, crustaceans. Okay, they are all parasites of what? These organisms. Now, the Phylum Acetospora is divided into two parts. Phylum Acetospora is divided into two parts, which are the Haplospora. Okay, no. The Haplosporia and the Paramecia. All right, the Paramecia and Haplosporia and Paramecia. Yeah, these are the two classes of Phylum Acetospora. Okay, now they lack what is called a polar capsule and filaments. All right, these organisms, they lack what is called what? Polar capsule and what? Filaments. They lack polar capsule and what? Filaments. The two classes are the Haplosporia and the Paramecia. Good examples of acetosporans are Haplospiridium, Bonamia, and Matelia. Alright, so these are organisms under Phylum Acetospora. Acetospora has two classes, Haplospora and Paramecia. I said they lack polar capsule and what? Filaments. Examples are the Haplospiridium, Bonamia, and what? The Matelia. They are all what? Acetosporans. Take note of that. And they are parasites of what? Tubularians, annelids, mollusks, and what? Crustaceans. Another example, another phylum is Phylum Myxozoa. Phylum Myxozoa. I'm not mistaken. Phylum Myxozoa, they are all what? Parasitic. They are all parasitic in form, and they are found in the nervous system and auditory organs of truths and salmonids. Okay, the Phylum Myxozoa, they are all parasitic. None of them is what? Free living, and they are found in the nervous system and auditory organs of what? Trout and salmon. That is the salmon fishes. They are actually fishes of what? The salmon, which is, they are called what? Salmonid. Now, owing to the fact that they are found in the nervous system and auditory organ of what? These fishes, they make them to be what? Imbalance. Alright? They lose their sense of what? Balance. They become what? Imbalance. That is, they are unable to swim freely in the water because that parasite is inside their what? Their nervous system. Okay? You know that the part of the brain that controls balance is what? The cerebellum. It is what? Cerebellum. Now the parasite is not there invading it. You lose your sense of balance. You will lose your sense of what? Balance. They are just there to cause harm to these what? Organisms. Because they are found there, their cells, their body are not what? Coordinated. Yeah. They lack what? Coordination of what? Their various cells. Their body are not what? Coordinated. Take note of that. Good examples are the myzini and chloromyzome. Alright, chloromyzome and myzini are good examples of what? Myxozoa, and they are all parasitic. Which of these parasites is found in the nervous system and auditory organ of trout and salmon, leading to what? Loss of sense of what? Balance. Please, the myxozoans cause what? Imbalance in salmon, which are the salmonites. They are the myzini and the chloromyzome. Okay, take note of that. And the other phylum is another phylum I'll be taking right now is thank you Jesus, the Phylum Apicomplexa. Phylum Apicomplexa. Now this Phylum Apicomplexa, as the name implies, they have apical complex. They have apical complex, and their life cycle is actually what? Complex. They have what? Complex life cycle. They are all what? Parasitic. This is where you have the plasmodium. Then the plasmodium is the causative agent of what? Malaria. It causes malaria, and the vector is the female Anopheles mosquito. Then if I don't call this protozoan, I can also call it what? Pathogen. The pathogen of malaria is what? Plasmodium. If I don't say pathogen, I can also say protozoan. The protozoan of malaria is called what? Plasmodium. If I should say what is the pathogen of malaria, you can also tell me Plasmodium, as the case may be. And the vector is what? The female Anopheles what? Mosquitoes. Okay. Now, and they lack cilia and flagella. They lack cilia and what? Flagella. They lack cilia and flagella, which means that cilia and flagella are what? Absent. The two most common species under Apicomplexa are the Gregarinans and Coccidians. Alright, the Gregarinans and what? Coccidians. They are the two major species of what? The Phylum Apicomplexa. Okay, other members are Babesia and what? Plasmodium. But the major the major species under Phylum Apicomplexa are the Gregarinans and what? The Coccidians. Now, it's beyond what I just mentioned, what I just explained. Let's now take it fully. Now, the Gregarinans they act as what? Parasites. They act as what? Parasite of invertebrates. Parasite of invertebrates such as insects and annelids. Insect and what? Annelids. Okay, they are the parasites. That is the Gregarines, and the parasite of what? Insect and what? Annelids. While the Coccidians they act as what? Intraparasites or intracellular parasite of vertebrate and what? Invertebrates. They act as what? That is inside their cell. They act as what? intracellular parasite of what? Vertebrate and invertebrate, which means they are found in both vertebrate and what? Invertebrate. A good example of coccidians is the Humera species that causes coccidiosis. Alright, it causes what? Coccidiosis in chickens, turkeys, and sheep. Alright, a good that is one of the coccidians is what? The Humera. This Humera causes what? Coccidiosis, severe coccidiosis in chickens, turkeys, and what? Sheep. Okay. Now, what another species of the coccidians called Isoptera? This Isoptera causes less severe coccidiosis in man and fishes. Alright, but this Humera species causes severe coccidiosis in chickens, turkeys, and what? Sheep. But another Isoptera causes less severe coccidiosis in man and what? Fishes. Take note of that. It is very, very important. Now, what are other features of these organisms? They undergo life cycle involve man, or life cycle occurs in man and what? Mosquito. Alright, life cycle occurs in man and what? Mosquito. Life cycle occurs in man and mosquito. Okay, and life cycle also involve gametogony, schizogony, and sporogony. Alright, gametogony, schizogony, sporogony are all found exhibited by the Phylum Apicomplexa. Okay, now in man, how does it occur? When a mosquito bites a person, when you are bitten by a mosquito, it injects the sporozoid stage. Please, the infective stage is the sporozoid stage. As soon as a person is bitten by an infected mosquito, it injects what? The sporozoid stage, which is the first stage and is known as what? The infective stage. Now, this infective stage will now migrate to the bloodstream. As soon as it migrates to the bloodstream, from there it goes to where the liver cells. As soon as it gets to the liver cells, it undergoes schizogony, and it damages the cells of what? The liver. It damages the cells of the liver. As soon as it undergoes schizogony, this merozoid stage, as soon as it gets here, it becomes what? The merozoids. The sporozoid stage will now migrate to the bloodstream. Once it gets to the liver, it becomes what? The merozoid stage. The merozoid stage will now undergo schizogony to produce the first generation called, okay, look at this how it is. This sporozoid stage will get to the liver. It will undergo schizogony to produce what? The merozoid stage. This merozoid stage is one that damages the cells of the liver. The merozoid stage damages the cells of what? The liver. This merozoid stage will now undergo schizogony to produce what? Cryptozoid stage. Now, this cryptozoid stage is known as what? The first generation of the merozoid stage. Alright, it is the first generation of what? The merozoid stage. Now, as soon as it develops this cryptozoid stage, it undergoes another, it goes back, or from here it develops into what is called what? The trophozoid stage. All right, it develops what? The trophozoite stage. Now, this merozoite stage that develops this trophozoite stage will now go to the red blood cell. The red blood cell. Oh, before developing to this merozoite stage, trophozoite stage, please take notes. Merozoites, sporozoite to the bloodstream, from the bloodstream to the liver. From the liver, you now have this. Then this will now get produced, which is the first generation of what? The merozoite stage. Now, this merozoite stage, before developing to this trophozoite stage, it goes back to the bloodstream. Now, this trophozoite stage produced, from this trophozoite stage, that is where you have what? From this merozoite stage, that is where you have what? The trophozoite stage. This merozoite stage will not damage the cells, or this trophozoite stage will not damage the immune, we invade the immune, we damage or invade the immune system. As soon as it damages or invades the immune system, toxins, that is harmful substances, are being released. Therefore, the person will be suffering from malaria. With all of these explanations I've given so far, the things you shouldn't joke with are: one, the infective stage is what? The sporozoite stage. Which of these stages damages the cells of the liver? The merozoite stage. Which of these is the first generation of the merozoite stage? The cryptozoite stage. Which of these stages damages the immune system? It is what? The trophozoite stage. Now, please take note of that. It does not just stop there. The life cycle continues. I think I'll rub off this one. It continues. Now, the merozoite stage will now form a gametocyte. The merozoite stage forms what? A gametocyte. You now have the macro and macro, macro and what? Macro gametocytes. The merozoite stage forms what? The gametocyte. The macrogametocyte, which is a male gametocyte. The macrogametocyte is the female gametocyte. When these macrogametocytes fertilize this macrogametocyte, it will form what is called what? A motile eukinase what? Zygotes. Alright. When the microgametocyte fertilizes the macrogametocyte, it forms a multi-zygote called what? An eukinate zygote. Please, the stage under, this one I just gave us is the life cycle of the mosquito in man. So it stops here. This place it forms, this gametocyte, it stops here. In man, eukinate zygote is not formed. It's not formed. Now, in mosquito, already this cycle will start with what? This macrogametophytic and the microgametophytic stage. Now, as soon as they fuse, it will form what? This eukinate zygote. Eukinate zygotes. And it is what? Motile. It's a motile or mobile zygote. Now, if a person is bitten by infected mosquito, definitely it will infect the infective stage, which is what? The merozoite stage. Now, if a person swallows the what is it called now? This coolest mosquito in the stomach, as soon as you get to the stomach, it degenerates. It what? Degenerate. That is, it is not capable of causing harm at all. It does not, this coolest mosquito does not cause harm at all. But if the Anopheles mosquito, if the Anopheles mosquito, that is the female Anopheles mosquito, is swallowed, the infective stage, the infective stage is left, and the other stages what? Degenerate. Now, it is this infective stage. It is this infective stage that is a problem. Now, this Anopheles mosquito, the infective stage will now penetrate the stomach. It will penetrate the stomach to produce a sporoblast. It will penetrate the stomach to produce what? A sporoblast. And this is called what? An oocyte. It penetrates the wall of the stomach and forms what? A sporoblast. It is sporoblast now. Sporoplast. Is it blast? Please check the spelling. I think it's plus. Sporoplast. Yeah. It's a P, not a B. Sporoplast. Called what? An oocyte. Oocyte. Now this oocyte formed will now enter into the salivary gland of mosquito. We enter the salivary gland of what? Mosquito. As soon as it gets to the salivary gland of mosquito, the cyst will rupture. Because as soon as you are bitten by an infected, definitely the salivary gland produces what? Saliva. Now the cyst will rupture and release what? Another what? Organism. That's the cycle continues what? Like that. Which means that the zygote formed from the micro and macro garments is called what? Anokinate what? Zygote. Coolest mosquito is not harmful, alright? It does not cause any disease in man, okay? But the female Anopheles mosquito is what? It is highly harmful, and once it is swallowed, the infective stage is left behind. Other stages are what? Degenerated. So please take note of that. So that is all about Phylum Apicomplexa. I've given you the members. I said the Gregarinas are good members. The Coccidians are also there. Which one again? Definitely the full name of Gregariana is Gregarina. Is it Blatorum? So that is the full name. Other members you have it to be you have other members to be Plasmodium. You have other members to be Plasmodium, Babesia, and Amera. Wow. Myxozoa. Oh. Please, I just remember something. Under Myxozoa, please, Phylum Myxozoa, please. I just remember something now. I took one for the other. You know, these things, they are very complex. Actually, they are complex. Now, the one that is found in the nervous system of fish and of trouts and salmon is called Myxosoma. Myxosoma what? Cerebralis. Take note of that, please. Myxosoma cerebralis. I think I explained that under Microspora. No, it's not under Microspora now. I gave you organisms under Microspora as I said Nosema. I gave you Listophora. And I also give you Okay, I gave you which one again? I gave you Loma. I gave you Loma. Is that all? Loma, Nosema, Listophora. These are organisms I gave you under Microspora. Okay, the Myxozoa are actually found. That is, the organisms under Phylum Myxozoa. They are found in the nervous system. I don't know if I explained it on this very part. Okay, the Myxozoans are found in the nervous system and auditory organ of what? Trout and what? Salmon. The most economically important Myxozoa is what? The Myxosoma cerebralis. Look at it, cerebralis, please. It is this one that is found. There is this. It's like I did not explain it. I was only generalizing it as what? Myxozoa. Okay. The organism that is found in this nervous system of fishes, that is salmons and trouts, is what? Myxosoma cerebralis. This is the commonest organism, please. The most economically important Myxozoa, Myxosoma cerebralis, and it is found in the nervous system of what? Salmons and trouts. That is for that. So the last one, the last phylum is the Phylum Ciliophora. Oh God, it's not easy, man. Phylum Ciliophora. Phylum Ciliophora. Phylum Ciliophora. Alright. Just as the name implies, there are organisms that possess what? Cilia for locomotion. There are organisms that possess cilia for what? Locomotion. And these organisms, they have a firm pellicle. They have a firm pellicle. This pellicle is responsible for what? The slipper shape. Because the commonest member in this Ciliophora is what? Paramecium. Paramecium is what? Slipper shaped. And it is this pellicle that gives it this slipper shape. Take note of that. Now, Paramecium has a ectoplasm and has what? The endoplasm. Alright? The endoplasm, that is where you have the two contractile vacuole, two contractile. Yes, Paramecium has two contractile vacuole, the anterior one and the what? The posterior one. It is also inside this endoplasm. You have the mega and micro nucleus. That's where you also have what? The food vacuole. That's where you have what? The food vacuole. Now, the mega nucleus found in the Paramecium controls all activities apart from what? Apart from reproduction. The mega nucleus controls all activities apart from what? Sexual reproduction. While the micronucleus controls what? Sexual reproduction. Okay. I told you the general function of the conjunctival vacuole is for what? Osmoregulation. The function of the contractile vacuole is for what? Osmoregulation. And I said they have the ectoplasm, is we have the cilia. The cilia is for what? Locomotion. The cilia is for locomotion. And diffusion is true. Respiration is through diffusion, and it occurs throughout the body surface, through the body surface, and it occurs with the help of what? Diffusion. Okay, is there another point under this? They are ciliates because they have cilia. They are called what? Ciliates because they have what? Cilia. Okay. Asexual reproduction is by transverse. Take note of this. Is by transverse fission. Asexual reproduction in Paramecium is what? Transverse fission. But in Euglena, it is what? Longitudinal binary fission. I'll explain again I'll explain again and again. So I said reproduction in that external reproduction in paramecium is what? Transverse fission, but in Euglena it is what? It is longitudinal binary what? Fission. Now, Euglena does not undergo what? Sexual reproduction. Then sexual reproduction in paramecium is through conjugation, orthogamy, and cytogamy. Sexual reproduction in paramecium is through conjugation, orthogamy, and what? Cytogamy. Why I said asexual reproduction is through what? Transverse fission. Transverse fission. Take note of that. It is very, very important. Is there any other one? Conjugation is the exchange of nuclear materials. Please, it is the exchange of what? Nuclear materials, which are actually the conjugates. Exactly. Nice one, nice one, nice one, nice one. In paramecium, egestion, which is removal of undigested food particles, it occurs in a region called cytoproct. Cytoproct. Please take note of that. In paramecium, egestion of food materials, which means the removal of undigested food particles, occurs in the cytoproct. Okay. Again, the movement of food in the cytoplasm of amoeba is called what? Cyclosis. Cyclosis, please. The movement of food in the cytoplasm is called what? Cyclosis. And amoeba possesses a type of movement called what? Amoeboid movement. Amoeboid. Let me rub off this stuff. Amoeboid movement. Amoeboid movement. All right. So that is it. Cyclosis means the movement of food in the cytoplasm of an organism. A good example is what? Pseudopodia. It's a good example is what? Amoeba that locomotes using what? The pseudopodia. Okay, is there any other one? Yes, the Euglena I said is a major representative or member of what? The Phytomastigophora, and I said definitely it has unequal flagella for locomotion. It has conchoidal vacuole, definitely. I said it possesses eye spots. Right? It stores food as paramylon, but the chlamydomas store food as what? Starch. Okay. Now the paranoids and eye spots are found in the chloroplasts. The paranoid and eye spots are found in the chloroplast. These paranoid and eye spots are found in the chloroplast. And secondly, I said it undergoes what? Longitudinal what? Binary fission. This is the type of asexual reproduction it undergoes. Please, is there another? It also possesses pellicle. It possesses what? Pellicle, which is responsible for its what? Definite shape. Now, examples of ciliophorans are Let me create enough space. You have the Balantidium. Balantidium is the endocommessa of the rectum of toad, right? It is what? The endocommessa, which means it is found in the rectum of what? Toad, and there's a bit what? Commensalism. Another example of Balantidium is the Balantidium coli, which causes what? Dysenteric what condition. All right. All of these are what ciliate too. Another example of ciliate is the stentor. The stentor is what? A sexile ciliate. It's a sexile what? Ciliate having fused cilia. Cilia are what? Fused. Fused what? Cilia. Please, a sexile ciliate with fused cilia is called what? Stentor. Please take note of that. You now also have Diplodinium caudatum. This Diplodinium caudatum, all of these are ciliates, they have cilia. It occurs in the rumen of herbivores. Alright, and it's an endocommensal, which occurs in the rumen of herbivores. That is, we have the rumen reticulum, omasum, and bomasum. But the Diplodinium caudatum occurs in the rumen of herbivores. That is why you have what? Cellulose. Okay? Take note of that. You now also have Vorticella. Vorticella is termed what? A stalked what? Ciliate. Alright? Vorticella is a stalked ciliate. Diplodinium caudatum is found in the rumen of herbivores. Then stentor is a sexile, that is, it does not move, it's a sexile ciliate having fused what? Cilia. Then you have Balantidium coli, which causes what? Dysentery, okay? And you have another one called Balantidium, which is found in the rectum of what? Toad. Other examples of ciliates are, we have Paramecium, we have Epidinium, we have Trichonida, we have Tetrahamena, I think. Okay, you now have Vorticella, Diplodinium, stentor, and Palladium. So these organisms are called what? Ciliates. So at this point, we call it a day on this part, which means that everything about Subkingdom Protozoa has been dropped. So thanks for watching and do have a wonderful day.